Hey, what's going on, family? It's Brother Andrew, and today we'll be doing a Q&A, so stay tuned. Cue the intro. All right, family, we're gonna do a quick Q&A, and for these questions, I was not briefed on the questions. They're all random questions this is my first time hearing these questions, and you get my first response to these questions. So let's go, let's get it.
In your life, have you been happier with a lot of options or when your options were limited?
In some aspects of life, I'm happy not having a lot of options because like I know right from wrong. Cause it's like this gonna turn into a church video, bro. Because like the way the question is, it's like, yes, I want a lot of options, but I'm happy if I got less options if I know what's right and wrong. Like, what's good in having a bunch of options? Like, what's good is having 20 options if 19 of them gonna send you to hell and you don't know that 17 of them gonna send you to hell. Like 19 of them will send you to hell, but 17 of them, you don't know will send you to hell. You just think that they just other options. You only think 2 of these will send you to hell. Like, you know, at the times I was happier like that because I'm like, oh, I got all these options, and I didn't think I didn't understand fully the repercussions from exercising those options. But I have limited options now because I have a better understanding of things. So I know right from wrong. So I only got 2 options now. And I'm happier because I know, like, I really know, like, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna be good. I'm happier that way. But I was happy when I had 20 options too, and I was ignorant. So it's just a different level of happiness, and that comes along with understanding. Like, because I have a deeper understanding, I'm okay with having less options because I understand the options fully. But when I was ignorant, I loved having 20 options because I didn't understand the ramifications from exercising a lot of those options, if that make any sense. I just got real analytical, but that's how my brain works.
It's hard to answer all these questions without answering with the truthful way.
But yeah, that's how my brain works, and I don't care. I'm good.
What?
Somebody gonna be listening to it like, I be thinking, that's it. He said it. I was thinking it, but I couldn't say it like he said.
What are your thoughts on the new laws to come about in January?
I'm no expert on this subject, but I have heard a little bit about the laws in Chicago that's upcoming, and I see positives and negatives when we're talking about these laws because um, there's been a lot of people that have been falsely accused of crimes and have experienced adverse consequences just based off accusations. And for that matter, I can see the positive effects of these new laws and protecting people from said accusations before they've been justified. But on that same note, you know, there can be a lot of problems that come about with these laws in regards to criminals really getting away or getting more free time to commit other crimes. So it's difficult being a lawmaker and balancing, you know, what's the good for the people and how to protect people in situations where they may be falsely accused, and then actually protecting the people from criminals as well. So I see positive and negatives when it comes to the laws, like with many of the laws that the land have. So yeah, I don't see it all as negative or all as positive. I see a little bit of both, and that's my thoughts.
What's a place you visit that you must visit again?
Uh, I mean, I've been a lot of places in the military, and it's the same thing everywhere. I'm not really just impressed with the location. Like, yeah, I see some cool buildings, some cool architecture, but it don't really move me none. Just some rocks, or just some buildings. So I just feel like it's the same thing everywhere. Like, you got people with money everywhere. You got poor people everywhere. You got disagreements in political realms everywhere. It's the same thing in different, same thing among different people everywhere. So I wouldn't, it's no place where I just feel like I just have to go back and I just have to go experience that. Like, nah, I just, wherever I be at, I just try to control myself and conduct myself. And I lead with respect, and then I just go from there. Like, I don't carry myself in a disrespectful manner, and I feel like I can get in and fit in wherever I be at. That's it.
Would you say there's a big difference between family restrooms and gender neutral restrooms? What are your thoughts on how they're trying to incorporate gender neutral into all of the buildings that we go into?
In regards to gender neutral family restrooms, let's go into that. I think it's good to have family restrooms for parents who have small children and things like that, because you may have a father who, needs to change his child, or a mother who needs to change their child, and having those restrooms set aside for family use, I feel is a good addition to most buildings. But as far as gender neutral restrooms, I don't have an issue with the gender neutral restroom if it's a individual restroom. So let's say a building has one restroom and it's pretty much gender neutral. That means any gender can go in there and use that restroom. I'm okay with that. But the idea of having a restroom where men and women use at the same time, I'm against that, and it's for the safety reasons and gender neutral restrooms. Like, I have a child, and I wouldn't want my child in the restroom with someone of the other gender, who's maybe claiming to be a gender that they're not. I don't want my daughter in the restroom with a 30-year-old man who's saying that he's a woman. Like, it's confusion. Like, any man could say that they're a woman, and this society will go along with that and let that man go into a gender neutral restroom with children and women in there. You have perverts, you have molesters, you have rapists, and you don't think that they abuse these privileges that's being set forth. And I just think for the protection of children, and I adamantly disagree with the proposal for gender neutral restrooms. And I think it's a good idea to keep multi-stall restrooms separate by gender. And our society is trying to merge genders, which is I disagree with. And combining those restrooms, a lot of different problems can come up. Like, if you look at history, there's been instances where they tried this in the jail system, where they had a so-called transgender man go into a women's prison, and he ended up impregnating some of the women inmates. So those situations don't end well, and it's really confusion. And I think that the restroom should be separate, male and female, And that's my stance on that.
What is a risk you've dreaded to this day?
Well, I don't feel like I dread any risks, but I made some decisions that I don't even say I regret them, because a lot of the decisions that I made that had adverse situations kind of mold me and shaped me into the person I am today. So I wouldn't say I dreaded any risk, but as a father, like, it is some decisions that I've made that I would try to help my son avoid. And the main one is having a child out of wedlock. And but I do not regret doing it. You know, I'm not gonna do it again. But I feel like me having that experience has really uh, helped me be a better man, and really helped me understand the scriptures more. Because okay, I don't have to just read, oh, I should not do this. Like, I fully understand why the scriptures tell us do not be unequally yoked. I fully understand why the scriptures say don't fornicate. I fully understand those things now, because I had experiences to help me understand those things, even if they was unpleasant, but I know them now. I don't have to think about them or believe them. I know them. So, and for any young man, I would advise them, like, hey, just wait till you married, wait and find someone with the same views as you, because you'll be in one accord and it won't be a lot of confusion.
What impact do you want to leave on the world?
Well, the impact I want to leave on, I don't really want to leave no impact on the world. Like, I just want to be a good role model for my child, and just try to be a good example. I am in elementary education. I'm gonna be an elementary school teacher, so I do want to, be a good example of 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 a man to young boys, because I feel like they were few and far between when I was growing up. Not saying that there wasn't some good role models or there wasn't some good men role models in my life, but I just feel like today's society really is against strong male figures and want to feminize the male character. And I want to be a role model that's strong, and that's the impact I want to leave on the world.
What's the worst habit that you recognize within yourself?
The worst habit that I recognized within myself was, this something, the worst habit that I recognized within myself. Really, I thought I was better than what I was, man. I thought I was better than what I was. Like, and I used to blame people for, I didn't never take accountability. Like, I took accountability, but I didn't, though. It's like on the outskirts, I used to take accountability, but in the inside, I really used to be blaming people for my situation. Like, and I still struggle with it. I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I have that self-talk now that remind me and bring me back to earth. Like, hey, bro, anything that happened to you, it's because decisions you made. Like, you have to take accountability for your actions. And I've been getting farther in life once I started doing that. Like, because when you don't take accountability for your actions, you give other people power over you. Like, if you always saying, oh, I got upset because of such and such did this. No, you get upset because you allowed such and such to get you upset. Like, you are the last line of defense against yourself. Like, no one makes you get mad. You choose to get mad, or you allow yourself to get mad. You choose to act out of character. No one else makes you get out of character. And I used to shift the blame like that. for a long time, and it's something I still work on to this day, and just try to be more accountable for my actions. And that's one thing that I had to notice within myself that really I had to fix before I could really receive blessings from the Lord, you know, was just taking accountability and being responsible for my actions, and not passing the book off on nobody else. Like, hey, I messed up. I did wrong. I gotta get right. That's it.
Is there a motto or principle that you must live by?
Myself, I like to do more and say less. You know, because a lot of people like to talk about what they gonna do, and I'm about that action. So I don't like to do too much talking about how I'm trying to help somebody or how I'm trying to achieve this. Like, I get to it. So I don't like to do too much talking when it comes to business or when it comes to like getting stuff started. Like, I like to just, hey, we're gonna talk about it and then we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk about it with you for 6 months because I feel like we ain't getting nowhere. So that's why I like to go by. Say less and do more.